Because Epstein's island is gone, he needs a new one to hang out with Bill Clinton, so...
The Grammys obviously were last Sunday night, but the fallout, we already hit the Billie Eilish thing, and now there's this Bad Bunny thing. But I think the thing that was probably most controversial actually was the Trevor Noah Epstein joke. Take a look.
Congratulations, Billie Eilish. Wow. That is a Grammy that every artist wants, almost as much as Trump wants Greenland. Which makes sense. I mean, because Epstein's island is gone, he needs a new one to hang out with Bill Clinton, so...
So, all right, joke, whatever, okay, they all know when to laugh. They're all seals, throw fish in their mouths, they'll laugh and applaud at anything. I think what's sort of interesting is that Hollywood is suddenly like, oh, we can make jokes about this because we think Trump is involved. However, everything that we've seen since this 3 million document dump, way more of it is pointed at Democrat elites, including Bill Clinton and definitely Bill Gates. A lot of people named Bill, apparently, and way less at Donald Trump. Donald Trump, who actually, 15 years ago banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago and a series of other things. So it seems to me that the Democrats, Hollywood, they've all sort of stepped in something here because for 4 years they had the White House, they had the Senate, they had the House. They always have the media. They could have released all of this stuff, and they didn't. Then about, 4 months ago, they suddenly were like, release it, because they thought it had something to do with Trump. Now, for whatever reason, it gets released, and it's going to point at them. So they may all applaud right now, but I think some really weird stuff is going to come out of this. I mean, the Bill Gates stuff about basically trying to drug his wife after he got an STD from one of these girls, and then how could he figure out a way to drug her without her knowing? I mean, it really is, Doc, it's some crazy stuff.
No, that is deeply troubling, unethical territory. And what's, there are a number of people that have been implicated that have varying degrees of culpability in terms of understanding they were in a disgusting world versus they were just cavorting with rich people. But the people need to come clean right now. And if they are sick, they have sex addiction, they're whatever, they need to come clean and get that out and say, I'm going in for treatment right now. That's it. I mean, that's what Tiger Woods did when he had a problem. And it's different than going, no. I was just there to get money for this. And again, to work on my projects and stuff. People aren't going to buy it.
Listen up, guys. It's flu season, which means it's also flu shot season. After everything we've been through over the past 5 years, the number of people getting flu shots is at a record low. Not to mention the fact that according to the CDC's own data, the flu shot is moderately effective at best, and that's not even accounting for vaccine injury. There's a much better way to stay healthy. Grab a contagion emergency kit from the Wellness Company. If you wake up with a sore throat or aches and chills, address your symptoms immediately with a doctor-prescribed kit containing ivermectin, HCQ, generic Tamiflu, generic Z-Pak, and much more. It's like having an urgent care in your own home. I have a contagion emergency kit from the Wellness Company right here because I refuse to be trapped in line at urgent care or miss work from those man-made viruses going around. I simply open my kit, reference the doctor-written guidebook for safe use, and get back to life. The kit is literally a lifesaver with thousands of reviews from people just like you and me who have had their kit ready in a time of need. Head on over to twc.health/friends today and use code FRIENDS to save $30. That's twc.health/friends. Code FRIENDS for $30 off. Kits available in the U.S. only. So do you guys think, like, I've always felt with this stuff that one of the mistakes that Trump made, or I guess Pam Bondi made, I think we may have talked about this once on the show, was when she said she had the file on her desk, and it made everyone think that there was some like clean cut thing. We're going to show you the file. We have the pictures. We're not going to release everything, but we're going to really show you all the connections. And to me, it seems like, all right, we got these emails. Everyone's pouring through them, but you kind of just hit on it, Drew. It's like, it's unclear, like, okay, just because you went there or communicated with this guy doesn't mean you did anything. In a honeypot, which is what most people think this is, it's some sort of intelligence honeypot situation. Not everyone has to do all the evil shit. You just have to connect everybody. So is it possible that some celebrity, we don't even have to make up a name, just celebrity X, knew the guy, emailed the guy, went to a party, had no freaking idea what was going on. Obviously, is it then also possible that plenty of people were doing all sorts of stuff, but now we just have a document dump that everyone is trying to just pick and, I don't know, piece together. So it's really messy, Sage.
Yeah, I have maybe thoughts on this that even I'm surprising myself a little bit, because at the end of the day, their job as hosts is to make jokes, and to, whether they're good or not or funny or not is certainly subjective. And that's what he did. And of course, it's going to be directed at Trump. Everything is.
Yeah.
Even when he was out of office, right? They still were focusing on him. But so, okay, go for it. Yes, they should have probably balanced that out, but have we ever accused people like Trevor Noah or any of them of being balanced? No. And then they have Don Lemon stand up in the crowd and go like, enough. Um, I- Ricky Gervais, when he did the Golden Globes a couple of
Yeah.
years ago, think that is the absolute as good as it's ever going to get, because he was and still is an A-lister who came out there and called everybody out and was like, shut up, shut up, shut up. And then you remember when he pointed to all the people in the room, like all you guys chuckling about the Epstein list, and they all kind of were squirming, Tom Hanks, all of them, right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised. Like, I didn't like it, because I am believing what the reports are, which is that, hey, even the left has exonerated Donald Trump because he said Epstein out, get off. But I wasn't as offended by it because I wasn't surprised by it. I just think that Ricky Gervais is the only person. And did you see that he was tweeting during and
Oh
saying,
no, I
Oh
did.
yeah,
I
he
didn't
had
see
some
that
great
actually.
tweets. He had some
Oh,
great
I
tweets.
bet.
Yeah.
yes. So basically, I think ABC, I see it here, ABC, and I think I retweeted it too. They like took a quote from what he said 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when he was hosting the Golden Globes. If you win an award tonight, don't use this as a platform to make a political speech. You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg, remember? And so people clapped at that awkwardly. And so then he posted that, and then in the middle of the Grammys the other night, he put, "They're still not listening," and and then he got really, really crushed for that, because no, ICE, you need to stand up for ICE. So we're never going to have a host like that that really calls out those Hollywood celebrities, and of course, it's going to be pushed negatively towards Donald Trump. But I don't know that I have that much of a problem with it, because my bar for them is so low.
The market takes care of so much. These shows are not being viewed. They're going to lose their financial base. They're going to not be seen by people. So who cares?